is ARK. This is obviously the STARKWARS mod with a bunch of other things, the mech mods, the S Plus mods, and I want to say, what are we missing? STARKWARS. Oh, Steampunk, of course, and a few other ones, obviously, and just kind of wanted to give you a tour of the place. We have about 26 mods in total, so they are all working together smoothly, smoothly enough to where I'm getting a server ping of 23, and my partner in crime, O'Neill, is getting about the same, if not a little better, but I think we're hovering around 22, so we haven't had any major lags, and unless we're talking about the day of or right after ARK updates. Mod updates, not so big a deal. ARK updates, almost always huge amounts of lag until the server levels out. So the server has been able to put up with a bunch of building. O'Neill is currently working on a building on his own, and it's mainly for storing the bigger dinos, because right now even this compound is, I mean, it's supposed to be streamlined, but it's supposed to be a big build. So we're going to keep going on this until the server crashes from just sheer volume of building structures in it. So we'll see how that goes. So without further ado, let's get to it. I am in the process of taking the doors and moving them out. We're probably going to be turning off the auto torches. They take a lot of frame rate, cause a huge amount of lag within the base, so we'll probably be turning that off anytime. I'm in the process of getting rid of them. I don't really have anything I think I can mess with right now. Okay, so most of you, that is from the crops, so you'll see that from time to time. O'Neill has been out taming for boss fights, so Marilyn Manson Monroe, Marilyn Manticore is, she's our speedy demon, so we'll kind of cruise around. Any of you who have seen this, a little bit of a remodel. We have taken the majority of the shop and moved it from in between the rocks. We had a little accident today, so got a little busted on the right hand side, which we'll come to that in a minute. We have tons of non-Africanized beehives over here, so they are they're busy at work. They require flowers to work, and they're making honey, and I'm getting stung. If this was the Africanized bees, I'd be dead by now. A little bonsai tree out here for them, just to give them something. We've made a bunch of these steampunk armor trunks, and they hold 500 items. 500 items. And this is a great dump spot for anybody that's coming in that wants to quickly move stuff out of their inventory. And then we'll have to organize it a little bit later, but get this stuff out of here. And Kylo, rock collector, berry collector. This thing, I can't remember what they're called. Utyranius. Yasmin is her name. But what she does is pretty unique, actually. When they get into a fight, she has a battle cry that encourages other dinos around her, both friendly and enemy, to fight with her. And it scares the enemy, and it makes other carnivores around her go nuts and kind of help her out. So I'm kind of curious to see what she does in a boss fight, so we'll take her out there and level her up and see how she fights. Front courtyard, obviously I'm going to have something going on over here, maybe a small building. Can't figure out exactly what I want to do with it right now, but eventually it will be closed in. I want to say with glass, just because I kind of like to see out. The stone front, I'm digging it, but I think I'm going to probably offset every couple of stone walls with some glass walls, just so we can see out the door. I'll keep the frames on so that we can see what's going on. Same with the other side over here. We had a crack in the other day, and it could have very easily caught wind of Big Bertha here, or the Quets. It could have easily just come right through the side gate here. Probably busted that wall down with no issue whatsoever. The glass has the same strength of metal, so it's a good idea. I think in my head, I think it's a good idea. So just some adjustments. Now, this is new to the majority of anybody out here. We have our Mobius crew, which is our up in our aviary. I haven't finished the roof yet, so when it rains, it still rains over here because it's not completely enclosed. We have our bar. Just gonna close that up. Our cooker, our bar, our beer manufacturer, which of course helps our gardener out. We can chill out up here and order some drinks, some food. Oop. And this is our small animal. Oh, this is basically our corral. Any of the animals we have, we basically have started putting in barn walls, and we'll put in some barn doors eventually. Just kind of make it look a little bit more. I don't know what the word is you want to use for it, but make it look a little better. So this is the main area for cooking, processing, storing food and items. This is our raw materials and construction materials. Oh, here, buddy. Come on. There you go. And we will take you back into the garden area, where the animals are hopefully hard at work breeding and scooping out Acatina paste. So these guys should be full. Yep, they're full. They have organic polymers and Acatina paste, which automatically gets removed by something I don't have yet. We'll have to start cutting hair so we can get that. We do have a guard. We have a shepherd up here. He's a wolf in wolf's clothing, and he runs off of meat and he pulls in wool resource, which is phenomenal because it replaces hair or pelts. So that's always good. Our garden is against the back wall, and because it's so close to this glass/metal wall, it has roughly about 300 greenhouse effect. So they grow pretty quickly. I don't know if we can hide these or not. Yep. And show connected pipes. There we go. Ooh, getting blinded here. Okay, so you see that it's pretty ugly, but once everything's said and done, I mean, we can hide these pipes. Oop. And it hides everything except for the actual whatever these things are. Water fountains, I'll call them. We have some lighted trees up here, so that doesn't have the same effect that the auto torches do. For some reason, the particles are pretty intensive when it comes to memory, so we had to get rid of them. They were just basically killing frame rate super badly. We're trying to get some dimorphodons. You guys saw the episode the other day where we tried to take them into the... Ooh, what are you? What are you? Is this a fertilized egg? Alright, let me turn this off for a second. Oop. That's just an egg. Why aren't you guys getting it on, huh? Unhitch the dino. Oh, what do you got? Yeah, I'm not seeing any. We'll close this door real quick. I don't see any benefit of putting them to the hitching post. They don't seem to be mating at all.
Well, the hitching post makes them not walk around when they're in set of wonder mode.
Right.
Well, they've already mated though. That's the thing. So they're on cooldown.
Well, that doesn't... I mean, they're laying eggs, but they're just not...
Yeah, they'll lay unfertilized eggs, but once they mate, they'll lay fertilized ones. They've already mated. Now they're on cooldown for another day or so.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
You can still use the unfertilized eggs for recipes and stuff.
I gotcha. Well, that's what we'll do. So we have a nice little garden area, nice and peaceful, private for the most part. I mean, we can still watch them if we wanted to. Yeah, they'll be happy. Good stuff. And that's from the mods. We'll close that back up. You guys have fun now. Make us some strong babies so we can go get them killed. Got a couple of ovis. The majority of them are all male, so we need to get our eyes open for some females out there in the wild. I've tried more than a few times to raise a female ovis, and they just keep dying.
We have a nanny now. That should help.
I really hope that's gonna help. But so far, we haven't been around when they give birth, so we haven't been able to claim the babies and, you know, help them along. As you can see here, this is the shipbuilder mod. So O'Neill was actually able to attach the large platforms to it. It looks good, doesn't it? And then we just cruise on up to the aviary. Alright, so this thing over here is called a hatchery, and this is supposed to... That's not a real dodo, it's part of the hatchery. It's supposed to give a boost to any egg-laying animals. So it will also incubate wyvern eggs and other eggs to 1%. You can't put anything in it, it has to be picked up by itself. So yeah, if that wasn't on, it does run off of refertilizer, which is kind of expensive, but if you have a Brano, it kind of makes things short work. We've got all our flyers kind of looking over, perched and ready to rock and roll. This guy here, obviously the Pelagornis, great for landing in water, water recon. This guy's a fast traveler, so I mean, unfortunately the flyers are stuck with movement speed as is. You don't get to choose. I mean, there's a mod for it, but apparently it puts a lot more birds in the game. Our RGs. Let's see, we've got Tony Braxton, got Clavicus, and McChicken. And this thing way down here is what's known as a bone dragon. And he is a little wonky. He's part of the mythical creatures pack. He's pretty fast, pretty neat. We will explore what he does in just a minute. So, whoops. All right, I think that's. Oh, okay, we're good. We're okay. And over here is the. If we didn't have the hatchery running, we would just come over here and put it in the egg incubator, and this will automatically. It is surrounded by the air conditioners, and it'll either heat or cool the egg as needed, and you just put a little bit of spark powder in there, and it'll do the job. So if the Dimorphodons ever do produce an egg that's fertilized, that should be picked up either by the hatchery, or if we get a hold of it, we can put it in the incubator ourselves. We have moved the entire shop to the outside, and that's on this side, obviously, under the protection of this glass here. Let me just pull this down a little bit. It's easier for you to see around. Get the bigger picture. Up we go. Alright, as you can see, this is just the oil drum from the steampunk kit. That's our scorched earth. This is all the weird stuff that we've come across. Try to keep it all in one spot anyway. S Plus Fabricator. And some of this stuff is really awesome. They have it now where when you're in this, let's say for instance you want a bed, and you want that bed, this button right here will pull everything you need into the inventory, and then you can craft it. And this number here, if you want 10 of them, you just plug that in, hit that button, and there you go. If you want a specific item, you go here, and I don't know if that's working yet. Yeah, it is. And it pulls in, it shows you what all it's being pulled in from. Now these lockers are again set with a pin code, and it's all done off the same thing. So it's a little bit different setup, but even if you're not on the foundation, an S Plus foundation, it still reaches out and grabs it within a certain parameter. Your blueprint maker. This blueprint maker is for everything. So if O'Neill had learned the Egram for a beer barrel, he could go into this and put the beer barrel in here and make the blueprint so I can make one if that's what I wanted to do. Or these glass foundations, if I wanted to give it to him, I just make one of these, put it in, make a blueprint, and then he can make it from that point on. So Works out really nicely. Now, a lot of these crafting kits are kind of redundant, but we just have them here so that we can get to them pretty easily. Again, anything you want, you can just hit this button. Doesn't matter if it's an S plus or not. You just have to have an item or something that you want and pull it in.
Personal inventory and dinosaur inventory as well, not just structures.
No, that's the thing I wanted to talk to you about, because I've not been able to do anything on my personal inventory. So let's say I wanted to pull in cactus sap. Oh, it is working now. Okay, I must have updated it. My bad. Never mind. Make some clay, because that's what I was going to do earlier. Alright guys, I'll just give you a minute. Alrighty. That clay is for something. I can't remember what. For something I wanted. We'll figure it out eventually. We've started to replenish our... Oops. We started to replenish our Star Wars stuff. But I've torn down the stone structures out here because, I mean, everything was gone. The foundation was gone, the TIE fighters were gone, the suits were gone, but the mod's still loaded in, so I don't know exactly what happened along the way, but unfortunately it just kind of had a hiccup and everything was lost, so. Ready? So that's it for this side of the base. The main compound anyway. Inside, if anybody's ever seen what's been going on here, this is just being opened up and converted. This was our food bar up here. I accidentally took the mech through and it just demolished whatever was here, so I'm gonna try to salvage whatever's left. We could probably get rid of a bunch of these other rocks, but I'm gonna try to keep it as best as I can. We want to remodel a little bit, maybe move these stairs around, and this will be basically the bedroom area, or bar, tavern, disco, storage, whatever we want at this point. So obviously Junkie goes big each and every time he tries to build, and that's what burns everybody out, but that's just the way I do things. So we're going to be putting in a bunch of ramps, turning them to stairs so it's easier to get around. And I mean, that's pretty much it. You guys know, anyone who's been here before. Oh, I'm sure the garden back here. The tree back here got cut down, so we ended up putting in one of these Japanese cypress and a fountain, and of course we have our Stevie nuts. So good back here, and we got our little froggy by the pond. So everybody's happy. You got the sound of this frog in there. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on. Yeah, I mean, everybody I think is coming along. So far we have lost 2 of our builders. Yeah, here we go. Don't say, buddy. Let's get you out of the weather. Oh, 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 oh. I mean, Duvachecki has been busy with school. I've had some school and work, and really things are coming along pretty slowly, but O'Neill is doing his part. My request to him was that he would continue to get animals for us to tame so that we can continue doing our job as far as getting the necessary... Oh, I'm not going to put you over here. Do that. Oh, I forgot to show you Junkies lab. Come on up here, buddy. Look at this. Oh, can you? There you go. Okay. Junkies lab. Those walls are a little bit too high, so I'll probably take those out and put the other ones in. But everything's all boxed up in here. We have Scott's locker, O'Neill's locker. Used to have labels on it. Maybe it's not showing because there we go. Alright. All the names were on. There we go. Everything's ascendant that I'm putting in here. Anything that wasn't in there, I mean, Oh, I guess O'Neill has his stuff on him.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff looks doubled up. That's because it is doubled up. It's just been created over and over again. Some of these things are awesome. I wanted to show you guys some of these new tools that we have. You know, the repair gun. You know, what else do you know? Well, that's pretty much all you guys know. I don't know how to do the lights hitter yet. I'll figure that out.
We have a euthanasia gun.
We do have a euthanasia gun, and I haven't really gotten into it yet, but I do know it kills your dinosaurs, not enemy dinosaurs. So if you get attacked, you can't go in there and just kill everything in a cave. It just means if you have too many of these things and you want to get rid of them, that's the way you go about it. So, but that's where we're at right now, guys. We're gonna put these slots in here and there, and finish that ceiling, the top up. And the reason you see me tearing stuff down and rebuilding it is because the courtyard out here is done on a separate platform than this. They don't match up. So what ends up happening is if I extend this out here, it won't work because this is not the same foundation to that, because it needs to be attached. So if I wanted that to work and I wanted that roof to go all the way out, I would have to pull all of this up and put it all back down somehow, and then extend the ceiling out. So I am not doing that, but eventually what's going to happen is, ooh, easy buddy, easy. We're going to put a nice little gate right along here, nice little fence, I think. Close that in, finish that up, get a nice finished look. And I mean, hell or high water, if this base crashes the server, I'm going to complete it. I will complete it. So O'Neill, are you at any kind of stage where we can kind of explain what you're doing over there?
I finally got my elevators lined up just a minute ago.
Right on. All right.
I've got the top floor done. I'm working on the second level. Second level is just started, but you can come show what it is. It's gonna be like a 3-tiered platform area.
All right.
So it's like top floor is gonna be birds and stuff like that. Middle floor is gonna be smaller dinosaurs, and bottom floor is gonna be our big ones.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to introduce them to the dragon family. These guys are almost done growing, which is why O'Neill's doing what he's doing. But these guys are absolutely huge, and they were in that little base up there, and this is why O'Neill's doing what he's doing. Because we had 3 of them. They're just
tails and wings. You're not getting past them.
You're not getting past them. I mean, they're just. It's like, it's an impossible task. So I really hope one of these swims. I really hope one of these does swim.
I don't think wyverns swim.
Oh man, I really need I need something besides a shark, because that thing has very small hitbox. Okay, and this is the nanny. She she runs off of honey, so it's kind of expensive, but she will continually tame these guys up. So that's what we're looking for. I think we have one inside and then one here, so that's always a good thing.
She auto feeds and she auto imprints on them.
Now the only thing she has in her is honey right now. She doesn't have any meat. She doesn't have anything on it, so I don't know if that means anything.
Because they're too old to feed from her, so they feed from the box. But I'm just giving them milk when they need it.
Okay, cool. I've yet to continue on my build of the barge, but we will get to that eventually. We do have a motorboat. It's a little teeny thing. It's fast, so I can't really expand it beyond what it is now. But it is fast and it is very useful. It's very ugly right now. I'll need to tear it down and redo it. Yeah, that's home. That's home. So I'm going to go over to O'Neill and start building, or start explaining why we're doing what we're doing over here. Oh, we also got to introduce you to Draco. Now, I didn't show him what the what the bone dragon could do, but this. Oh, hey, there we go. Right on. Oh, look at you. So, were you able to? Did those glass pieces help you out?
Plus a couple wood walls also helped to line them up.
Okay. All right, so let's explain the situation and the. Oh. There you go. And again, the tracks are from the Shipbuilders mod, and the platforms is from the typical, just regular ARK metal elevators. And they are compatible. You can put the 6 that you don't need a generator or anything like that. You just need the crank. So let's explain what's going on. Oh, hey Rocky, how's it going, buddy? It is getting dark, so we want to explain this a little bit before we get into it too much.
So basically, I'm going to build the top floor back just a bit more. This is going to be our aviary. Mainly just our flyers, nothing really else. It'll be open on the top so they can fly right in and out if we need them. This here will be, you know, trough area, anything we need to keep them fed, safe, whatnot like that. Below will be our extra dinosaurs. That'll be our second level, just any extra dinosaurs. And below that, it'll be a third tier, and that'll be our larger dinosaurs. And I'm probably going to close most of this either with glass, which Junkie ought to do because I don't have glass, or just leave it open maybe. But I think I'm going to enclose it because it's too dangerous to leave it open because everything probably walk off by accident.
Oh yeah, if something attacks, man, that'd be it. That'd be the end of it.
Took me forever to get these things lined up. They're not perfect, but they're close enough.
Yeah, they're pretty close, man. I wouldn't worry about it. And I'd say that line right there is pretty dead on. Unless I look super close. No, it's pretty dead on. And you'll hear it continue to run until you turn it off like that. So. Yeah, that's the idea. Again, this isn't for all the dinos. This is only for the dinos that we're not using a lot. So the Mobius, we take them out to hunt probe droids and restock on carbonite and things like that. So I will be stopping this video and starting one for a night hunt. So we can go out there for one of those. But right now, I'll let you go ahead and see what Draco is capable of and why he's so special. So obviously he's one of the...
There's no enemies around, or I would kill something. But basically, he has a very long range attack. So he doesn't have to get near, and you don't want to get near when you use it because you will set yourself on fire. And it's a highly damaging attack, probably his strongest, but like I said, not for close quarters, not for close targets at all.
Yeah. Now again, that is a powerful attack. It takes a lot of stamina, but I've seen him take down an alpha T-Rex. So I mean these definitely outplay the Dragon Rexes when it comes to that, but it doesn't do such a good job in a team fight or a close quarters fight. So the Dragon Rexes are definitely something that will get close. Unfortunately, the Cyclopses and the Fat Ogres, they have been nerfed so bad that they're unusable, so we just kind of set them out in the front yard to let them roam and collect whatever they come across. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this presentation, and we will get, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, comments, if you like what you see, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so, share with your friends. If you have any... oh. Don't take the... Anybody who's played the Scorched Earth version of it knows what this guy is capable of. What he eats is sulfur, so that's pretty fun. These NPC villages are pretty beast, man. They're pretty beast. So
Yeah, it takes a lot of hits from this guy to take out stone structures, but it's really the only thing we have that can destroy these buildings, so we can actually build in the area.
So we haven't.
Have we tried the?
Have we tried the Ankylo?
The Ankylo doesn't destroy stone. No.
Okay, I got it. All right. Well, I'll let you get back to it. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and stop this stream and then restart it for the video of the night hunt of probe droids. Although, how much time do we have?
It's
Oh.
currently midnight almost.
Alright, so we're gonna have enough time for hunt anyway. So. Alright guys, if you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, comment, and come back, join us so that we can get back to the hunt. So catch you next time with Campaign Junkies. See ya!